Everybody, today I am going to show you how to prepare your corn and cut it off the cob. Of course, you can buy this corn frozen or in a can, but it will not taste the same. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you how. You're going to cut the bottom off the corn. Get your knife and a cutting board. Cut it off so that your bottom is flat. I have it in a bowl, a large bowl, and I have my bowl anchored inside of a larger bowl. To begin, you cut your corn, come down straight, go all the way around, and around, until you remove all the kernels from the corn. Okay, and I usually like to go twice so that my corn is not just one kernel, but two half kernels. And then you're going to take the cob, and you want to get all the milky stuff out. So you want to just kind of like take your knife and scrape it until you get all that corn off. And as you can see, well, you cannot see because I don't have my camera high enough, but that was my fourth one. I have a small bowl inside of my large bowl because that is my anchor. So I'll cut off another piece. Make sure that the bottom is flat. Set it on your anchor and begin to cut the corn off the cob by making your bottom flat and sitting on a larger bowl inside of your smaller bowl. That will give you the strength that you need to cut your corn off the cob with ease. And always make sure that you scrape the milk off because you're going to need that milk when you get ready to, start your creaming process and get ready to fry this corn. Once I get it all cut off the cob, I will show you how I season my corn. I want to get all the corn off because I don't want to waste anything. So you can see how my cob is clean. I took the cream off. Before I did this, I did wash my corn. And I tried to remove all the husk off that I could. And scrape my corn really clean. Now I'm going to come back in a little bit and I am going to show you how I season my corn. So I have about, maybe about 10 of these, or 12, I think I bought 12. And I'm gonna show you how I fry my corn. It's going to taste a lot better than the corn in the can or the frozen corn. But mind you, that is an easy way. But I am still trying to teach a few more of the simple techniques that we did back in the day and the things that my mother taught me. I'm still grateful. Now, once again, before I finish shredding my corn and show you how I'm going to season it, I want to once again just show you the technique that I'm using. So you're going to start with a fresh ear corn, clean. Make sure you get as much of the husk off as you can. And then I take the corn, I cut the bottom off so that my bottom is flat. Like this. That one was a little rough. So you want a flat bottom. And then I get a bowl like this. And I anchor it inside the bowl that I'm cutting my corn up. So you want that to be your anchor. You set your corn on the anchor and you begin to cut it off the cob. This is my last ear and I want to just pop back on so that you would see exactly how I am doing it. So cut your corn off the cob, start at the top of the ear, go to the bottom and go all the way around until you remove all the kernels. Once you remove the kernels, one more row. Then you want to take the ear and you're just going to scrape it because you want that extra milk or that milky texture to go inside your bowl because you are going to make cream style corn. So now my bowl is full. I got my anchor bowl in here that I can remove. All right. See what that did? See that bowl? It helped me to cut my corn off the cob. It's a nice clean bowl. It's not dirty. And that was the anchor that I used to make the corn, okay? Now, that's all done. That's 12 ears of corn. That's a lot of corn. Now, what I'm going to do is, I am going to show you how I season my corn before I put it in my hot skillet and begin to fry my corn. I'll try to give you my recipe so that you too can do this. You don't have to do it the way that I do it. You can use your own variations, but I am just going to show you my techniques. This is 12 ears of corn that I actually cut off the cob. I got a good deal at the grocery store too. 5 ears for $1. And if you're not too lazy, a bargain is a bargain. It will taste much better than the corn in the can or the corn that's frozen. Try it. All right, so my corn is all cut off the cob. It's ready to go. These are my 12 ears. Now, these are the ingredients that I'm going to use. A sprinkle of sugar, some black pepper, some seasoning salt, and it is no secret that Lawry is my favorite. I am not advertising for them, but it is my favorite. Then I'm going to put in a little bit of cornstarch because the cornstarch is going to give me the thickening that I need. You can also use flour, and you can also use some heavy whipping cream. If I had heavy whipping cream today, I would use it, but I do not. So what I'm going to do is, I would say that maybe you should measure when you get ready to add your seasoning. I am a seasoned cook, so I don't have to season. I'm just going to take the top off, and I'm just going to pour a little bit in, which is probably going to be the equivalent of maybe a teaspoon. And that was my Lawry seasoning. Then I'm also going to sprinkle in a little black pepper. Okay. And a dab of sugar. You don't need to put much sugar because the corn is already sweet. This just gives the added sweetness that you need, okay? So just add a little bit because as I cook it, I'll taste it and I'll see if I need to add any more. This is my cornstarch. I buy it at the dollar store. It costs $1.25. So you might want to put at least a tablespoon of that in there to thicken up your corn. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in and just mix it in. I got quite a bit, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Then you want to add water. I use cold water. So I'm going to add it until it comes up until the top of my corn. Okay? That's more than enough. Take it and mix your mixture. And we're going to pour it in a skillet of hot grease, which I'm not quite ready for that step yet, but I'll show you. And voila, you are ready to make cream style corn, just like your mom and your grandma made it. And it's going to taste so much better than that frozen corn that you buy at the grocery store or the corn that is in a can. Try it. It's easy. Modern technology is so nice. There used to be a time that we would just, take our knife and our cutting board and we'd cut up our onion and our green peppers. But now you can buy it in a bag already ready, so you can save yourself a step. Sometimes I cut it up, sometimes I buy it. This is one of my favorite things to buy now. It is a seasoning blend. It has the onion, it has the celery, and the pepper, everything that I need. I'm going to add some of that to my corn mixture. What I did is I added about half a bag. See how pretty that is? Let's show you. See how pretty? All right. Meanwhile, I have my skillet ready over here on the stove. And my oil is already hot. I added about, maybe a fourth of a cup of oil. It's hot, it's ready to go. I'll take my fully seasoned corn and I'm gonna pour it in the skillet. nice. It's in the skillet. Now, when you first start to cook your corn, you have to stir it regularly because, remember, I put cornstarch in it, and cornstarch is a thickening agent. So it will make your corn stick. So when you first start, you want to get it in, and you want to make sure that you stir frequently. To this mixture, I'm also going to add 1 stick of butter. That's it. The corn is ready to go. I'm going to cook it in this skillet, and once it starts to cook, and I like the way that my consistency is beginning to form, then I will put my lid on and I will let this corn cook. It will probably take about an hour on low. Put it on a low heat. You do want to cook it until your kernels begin to get soft. I mean, it's not like corn on the cob, but if you like your corn to have a harder consistency, then certainly cook it less. If you want it softer, cook it more. So those are my cooking instructions. And this corn, look how pretty it is. It's ready to go. It's in the skillet. I'm going to fry it. And this is more than enough for my dinner today. But that's not why I cooked this much. I cooked it so that I can put it in freezer bags. I have enough here to make 3-quart bags that I can pull out for a meal. All right? So let's go ahead and get this fried up. And that's it. Today I have showed you how to make cream-style corn. You try it and see if you like it. You can do this. Okay, this is a large skillet of corn. It's my largest skillet. It's starting to bubble there, as you can see. That means that it's starting to cook. I'll have to come back and I'll have to stir this lots of times. And I don't want to use that spoon. I actually want to use, I do want to use a wooden spoon is the best. So that I don't scrape the bottom. So you see that corn? That's going to be pretty. We're going to let it cook. I'll come back and I'll be stirring it over and over again until it gets done. Meanwhile, I'll put my lid on it and I will let it cook. So today you have learned how to make your own cream style corn. Now what you see on top cooking is the butter, the cornstarch, and the seasoning. And you see how it's coming to a boil. I also left my cornstarch out because if it's not thick enough, then I will come back later and I will add like maybe another ½ teaspoon, because I don't want my corn to be watery. When it gets done, it's going to be really nice, creamy corn. Real nice and creamy. And you see that seasoning blend in there? It adds that extra beauty that you want to your fried corn. You can also add some, let's add some, just so I can show you. So let's add some pepper flakes, and that will make your corn, give it a little kick, okay? So add some crushed pepper flakes. All right, this corn is ready. I have let it come to a boil, and now I'm going to turn it down and just let it simmer the rest of the way. This is Miss Betty, and I have been cooking on Fawn Ridge. So go to my YouTube page, go to Cooking on Fawn Ridge, and you can learn and follow a lot of my recipes. There, I do not expect you to cook like I do. I want you to kind of utilize my techniques and then make your own. Add your own seasoning and make it taste the way that you want it to taste. But this is the way my mom made southern corn. This little black thing there, it looked like it's black, but it's only one of my seasonings. I did go ahead and add some red crushed pepper because I want this corn to have a kick. So when we have this corn for Sunday dinner with our fried pork chops and our potato salad, it's going to be so good. Bye-bye.